What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tech News Day.
So as we've all learned over the past week, there's just too much damn content on the internet for actual human beings to be able to sort through.
Yeah.
So when it comes to policing the web, automation is the best and only way to do so. And yes, that was sarcasm. And yes, we're still very salty over several of our videos being falsely flagged for demonetization by YouTube, or rather, YouTube's algorithm that scrubs descriptions and tags for words that they've decided no advertiser in the world would ever want to be associated with.
If you don't have any idea what we're talking about, go back a few days into our videos and watch our 2 videos from last week about what's going on and why we think that might amount to a form of censorship. Philly D also did great coverage of the whole thing, so go to his page, check him out. But anyways, quick update with that whole thing. Our second video about the situation, which pointed out that our requests for YouTube to remove the demonetization had been successful, thus proving that we hadn't actually done anything wrong and had lost ad revenue solely because of an overzealous algorithm. That video was demonetized shortly after going up.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Uh-huh.
Well, within hours of us noticing that that video had been demonetized and submitting it for a review, it was right back to making money again, but of course, missing all the money that we should have been making while the video was still fresh and hot and new and actually getting views. Anyway, this is looking like it's just gonna be a part of our daily routine from now on, checking on videos throughout the day to see if they've lost monetization and then submitting them for review with no way to recover the money that we weren't earning because of a shitty algorithm.
Yeah, and just a quick reminder that this is our job. We work around 50 plus hours a week, and anyone suggesting that we should move out of mom's basement and go get a real job is only saying that because they hate their own shitty life. Anyways, well, we were at PAX West this past weekend in Seattle, and wouldn't you know it, we actually got to air our grievances to some actual YouTube employees that we ran into at parties. And those conversations didn't really get us anywhere except for being more annoyed about the whole thing. So to help everyone understand why this is so frustrating for us, I've translated this whole thing into something that's a bit more relatable. I'll be playing a student, and Elliot will be playing my teacher, who also happens to be a robot.
Curtains! That's it. You are suspended.
For what? I was literally just sitting here doing my work.
You broke the rules, and I have ultimate authority. Suspended.
So fast forward 3 days, I've been at home suspended this entire time. I'm missing my classes. I get a knock at the door, and it's the school's principal, who, unlike the teacher, he's a flesh and blood human being.
Oh, hi, diddly-do there, I'm a human principal. Turns out that robot teacher was just flat out wrong, you were right, and you did nothing wrong.
Okay, yeah, cool, I guess. I just still spent 3 days in suspension.
Yeah, but don't you feel better knowing that it was pointless?
No, not really. I wasted several days doing nothing, and now I'm super behind in my classes because of your mistake.
Listen, I was a student once too.
Wow, problem solved. And scene. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense, but let's give YouTube a rest and finally get into the story from the thumbnail, because automation isn't just messing with YouTube, it's making major motion picture studios issue DMCA takedowns against themselves. Specifically Warner Brothers, a 93-year-old company who apparently acts like a 93-year-old man and clearly needs its grandson to come on by and show it how to use the Google for the 100th time today. Okay. It's not totally fair because the copyright claims were actually submitted to Google by a company called Vobile that Warner Brothers pays to handle these things, but still, it's really dumb and it puts egg on everyone's faces.
Yeah, so according to the Lumen database, which is a site that tracks copyright takedown notices, back in August, Vobile submitted a few hundred URLs to Google on behalf of Warner Brothers Entertainment for DMCA violations. Pretty routine stuff. Big companies tell Google who's stealing their stuff all the time, and Google removes those URLs from Google search. Except this time, among all the illegal streaming links were links to the official Warner Brothers websites for The Matrix and The Dark Knight. Right there in the list, warnerbrothers.com/Matrix and warnerbrothers.com/Dark Knight. Incredible.
Yeah, and side note, we don't condone illegal streaming, but the hilarious and ironic thing about sites like Lumen database is you can simply type the name of any movie or show into the top search bar and find a ton of URLs for exactly what you're looking for. It might not show up in a Google search, but it is all there, and many of the links may or may not work.
A lot of them still do.
Do with that what you will. But back to Warner Brothers. They not only have been erroneously targeting their own websites for copyright infringement, they've also listed sites like Amazon, IMDb, and Sky in there too. Now, luckily, Google actually has real humans handling these takedown requests, and they caught the error on their end. But this is just another great example of automation gone wrong, because Warner Brothers, more than anyone else, should really know the URL to their own god-dang website. We're bringing god-dang into the mainstream atmosphere.
Unless it's not advertiser friendly.
No, god-dang is. You can't say god-damn.
God-dang.
Can you
Not
bleep
taking
that for
anyone's
me? Can you
name
bleep that? God-damn. God-damn. Do you see the difference?
Too hot. God-dang.
Anyway.
There you go, Bruno. That's how you make music.
I just want a picture of a god-dang hot dog.
Moving on, though, we said that we were going to give YouTube a rest, but we flat out lied. This isn't another angry rant, though. We just really need to talk about the town of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, a small little resort town near Grand Teton National Park with a population of around 10,000 and a population of several more thousand watching them from afar from around the world.
Yeah.
So, for whatever reason, the YouTube channel See Jackson Hole has, for the last few months, had live webcams set up all over town, presumably to promote tourism or something.
Voyeurism.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would I visit when I can watch it right now?
Yeah.
Most of them are just serene views of nature, but a few offer a look at the town itself. And over the last couple days, the Jackson Hole Town Square live stream featuring a 4-way road intersection has become this year's Bob Ross.
Beat the devil out of it. So the reason why this has blown up in such a big way, it isn't totally clear, but YouTube has recently been pushing more and more live streams to its front page recommendations. And whether it was a human or an algorithm who put this one there, it quickly managed to gain people's attention. Probably people wondering just why the fuck a small town outdoor webcam was being recommended alongside news, music videos, and movie trailers. From there, the meaningless absurdity of the whole thing spilled over into sites like Reddit, Tumblr, 4chan, and all those places, bringing more viewers on board and pushing the stream even further into YouTube's recommendations algorithm, repeating the whole cycle and having a snowball effect on everything.
The comment stream on the side of the video largely consists of basic surface level observations about the cars and people on screen being repeatedly spammed. For example, if a red car or truck shows up, you'll see a lot of all caps, "Red truck! Red truck!
There it is!
It's a red truck!" written in the comments.
Yeah.
The Jackson Hole internet hive mind has also managed to spill over into the channel's other live webcams. They have about 20 of them.
Yeah.
Though not to the same degree. Probably because there's a lot less going on in those other live streams of rivers and fields and golf courses.
But if a red truck showed up there, they'd lose their damn minds.
There's no telling how long this Jackson Hole Town Square circle jerk is going to last, but hopefully it does help out with their tourism because it actually seems like a real nice place to visit.
It looks like a lovely place. The thing is there is now a change.org petition to have a red truck parade in Jackson Hole, so I'm sure if they actually follow through with that, it would be a big day in the
It's
city.
the red truck parade! Red truck! Oh my god!
It would implode. Oh man, it would be great. The other thing that was unique about it is that, and I noticed this too, it seems like whatever webcam they're using has live high dynamic range.
It's a solid, webcam technology has improved a lot. Yeah. The dynamic range is pretty solid for live video.
Good for them.
Yeah, there's some other ones. They've actually disabled the comments because there's one that's like inside like a bait shop or something like that. Like you could just see the guy at the cash register sitting there and like, does he even know?
Go away.
He's on
baiting.
YouTube.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I think they understand that if they took the comments off this main one, that it would just like fade away into obscurity.
Well,
so.
I think they took the comments off the indoor ones because people were saying mean things about specific people.
Oh yeah, you could see their faces and stuff.
Yeah, but this one it's like just far away that no one is identifiable.
When you see people across the street, they just go, "Red shirt,
red shirt,
little blue guy, little blue guy." There was a guy walking with a cane earlier. Oh my god, it was great. Oh, the best one I saw today was there was like a yellow Mustang convertible, and people like lost their minds. They're like, "Car of the day, car of the day, bus."
Oh yeah, anytime a bus goes through.
It's completely absurd.
There was a big rig, the big rig company Swift drove by, and it was just like, Swift truck!
We were trying to see if anyone lives in Jackson Hole. I put it out on Twitter, but obviously people in Jackson Hole, they aren't as active on Twitter. If anyone in Jackson Hole lives there, fucking go with the shoe polish thing and just paint our YouTube URL on the back of your car and just pull up to that stoplight like 50 times a day. It really help us out. Because people just love saying things that are on the cars there. So.
They do.
Anyways, enough about Jackson's Hole. If I tell you one place that probably isn't too nice to visit right now, it's probably anywhere within a 20-foot radius of Elon Musk, because he just had a real bad Labor Day weekend, sadly enough. His company, SpaceX's latest Falcon 9 rocket, its launch didn't go so well. It exploded, destroying all of its cargo in the process. That cargo being a satellite it was supposed to launch into orbit, which Facebook was going to use to beam internet down to remote parts of Africa. Whoops.
Yeah, so Mark Zuckerberg was obviously unhappy.
I should have given that money to Kanye.
Yeah. He wrote on Facebook, "As I'm here in Africa, I'm deeply disappointed to hear that SpaceX's launch failure destroyed our satellite that would have provided connectivity to so many entrepreneurs and everyone else across the continent."
He's not mad.
Elon?
He's just disappointed. Aww. The actual owners of the satellite, an Israeli company called Spacecom, are also not happy with the whole thing, if you could believe it or not, as the explosion caused a big dip in their stock prices, which they claim will cost them between $30 and $123 million in equity. They're demanding either $50 million from SpaceX or a free flight in the future.
We'll try again.
Yeah, give me my baggage fee back. You lost my bags. Anyways, that definitely raises some questions about how insurance is going to work for these kinds of things.
Yeah, what the fuck? Also, in addition to pissing off two big companies, Elon Musk's net worth also took a huge $779 million dip overnight for completely separate reasons. Investors selling stock because they're unhappy with Musk's plan to merge Tesla and SolarCity into one company, and Musk having to put up several $1 million of his own shares as collateral to secure more loans for his companies. But hey, when you're worth $11 billion, losing $779 million overnight, it hurts, but not that bad.
That's a pretty significant chunk.
I mean, that would be like me dropping like $150.
Oh, wow.
God damn it.
Rich guy over here.
I didn't do the math. Someone can do the math. Figure out my net worth based on my...
If you dropped $100 and you're like, oh, damn it. Oh, that sucks. Ah, well. Rich ass.
No, I mean, I would be unhappy, but it wouldn't ruin my life.
That's true. It's not going to ruin his life, but it's also like if you drop that and that dropping that 100 hurt your ability to make more money.
Yeah.
Like, sir, it's like if the company was like, I don't know if we should pay you as much anymore because you're dropping hundreds all over the place.
Yeah.
So anyways,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he'll probably be fine. But here to tell us about a business that's not going to be okay is Phil Lorigo.
If you watch TV late at night, you've probably seen commercials for ITT Tech, a technical college that has campuses all over the country. Well, if you hate those commercials like I do, your wish has been granted because the college is donezo. But not without controversy and fucking a bunch of people over. The closing ruins the educational plans of 35,000 students and killed the jobs of over 8,000 employees. Look at this kind of depressing photo from the LA Times. Whoops, should have checked your email before going to school. Who gets broken up with an email these days? What sort of piece of shit? Couldn't they have brought everybody in and told them in person? I don't know, as if they were adults that were paying thousands of dollars in tuition. The LA Times also quoted student Leon Wiggins II, who said, 2 quarters ago there were rumors about the school having problems, but they told us that anyone who was already a student would be allowed to finish. And then he said, am I angry? I'm like angry times 10 million. See, that's why they just wanted to email 35,000 people and tell them to stop coming to school. Because they didn't want to have to face them and look into their eyeballs, because this way is cheaper and way less messy. So what happened? How'd we get here? Well, ITT only stopped enrolling students last week because the US Department of Education cracked down on them. The government basically said, hey ITT, you guys are accepting all these federal tax dollars and you're still pressuring students to take out federal loans and you're not even providing adequate training. Oh, and if you're watching this in the US right now, some of those federal tax dollars might have been paid by you, so you can't just fast forward past me and avoid getting fucked by this story. There are other for-profit colleges out there that you probably have heard of or could be attending. DeVry, University of Phoenix, or any others out there could get hammered by the feds for similar reasons. I mean, sure, ITT was an easy target to make fun of because of their commercials. Like, look at this one from 1994.
The jobs of tomorrow are here, thousands of them, waiting to be filled. But you have to know the fields they're in, and you have to have what it takes to master those fields. Because you can't get the jobs of tomorrow until you get the skills of today. Start by calling ITT Technical Institute. We'll send you an informative brochure on tomorrow's careers and what it takes to get them. Call 1-800-942-0099.
Wow, check out those dials and computers and all that computer learning. In all honesty, this is a bummer because a lot of people that started their education at ITT were or could be like a semester away from graduating, and they have to find a new school that will actually recognize their credits. So ITT, you abruptly closing assholes, I feel like you gave yourself a fitting eulogy right on your own website. If you go to their website right now, who knows it'll be down by the time you watch this, you find this: endless possibilities. But if you look right above that, it's clear that the possibilities end pretty quickly if you want to enroll. So, bye fuckers and good riddance.
All right, a couple more things before we go. If you picked up one of those hot new Samsung Galaxy Note 7 phones, send it back, because by hot, we mean literally hot. The batteries in the new phones have been exploding like SpaceX rockets.
Boom!
And Samsung has issued a recall, strongly urging anyone with the Note to exchange it for a new non-exploding one. Also, apparently it's at most risk when you have it in a fucking VR headset.
Just explodes into your eyes.
If you ever seen the pictures of phones exploding in people's pockets, real gross, real ugly. You don't
Imagine
want
that
that.
on your face.
But imagine that in your face, being blinded by an exploding VR phone.
Harambe glass can only do so much
Yeah.
when the phone is exploding.
Yeah.
It can stop it from getting a crack on the ground, but not
yeah.
exploding. But in other phone news, hate to break it to the dozens of you who have been eagerly awaiting the release of Google's modular Project Aura smartphone for the last few years. Never gonna happen, guys. At least not this iteration of it. Google has finally pulled the plug on the project. Probably after realizing that no one actually wants a phone that's going to explode into a million pieces anytime you drop it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool concept and tech demo when it first appeared a couple years back, but at this point, pretty much everyone expects their phones to be super slim, which would be impossible in a modular design, and Google probably realized that manufacturing dozens of tiny little modular interacting parts for a phone barely anyone wants is gonna be a big waste of time and money.
Yeah,
So-
whenever I heard about it, I was like, hey, you can sacrifice your camera megapixels for a bigger battery. And I'm like, if I got one of these phones, my battery would be this big off the back of it,
Yeah.
and it would have nothing else on it.
And like, how many people are actually gonna be like swapping out parts all day?
It
sounds like
it's
a
bad
pain in the
idea.
ass.
Ugh. Anyways, also speaking of phones, depending on when this goes up, there might have already been a new iPhone unveiled. Unfortunately, we can only pretend to know anything about this because we filmed it on Tuesday, but it sounds likely that it'll feature 2 cameras on the back, it'll have a much faster processor, and not have a god-dang headphone jack. Bluetooth only, baby. I guess
Yeah,
we'll use
or apparently it'll come with a dongle.
the dongle.
The dongle!
So, I actually bought Bluetooth headphones this past week, and I always thought they looked fucking stupid. They still look stupid, but they work really well.
Cords?
I'm not going back.
Cords suck.
Yeah.
I agree.
They look dumb. It looks like you're wearing some, like, it looked Back to the Future 2 thing around your neck, and then they go into your... They are fine. It works great. I was very happy with it after I tried it, but now I'm that dude with the fucking Bluetooth earphones.
Yeah, that's you. And one last thing. Acer unveiled a brand new laptop last week at the IFA Tech Convention in Berlin. And it's the most ridiculous piece of name brand technology we've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Predator 21X has a curved 21-inch screen, a mechanical keyboard, 2 NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080s, and some fucking massive exhaust ports because it gets hot.
Yeah.
Oh, and it weighs 17.7 pounds. There is no question this thing is probably a beast, probably runs games great, but we can only guess that the price will be just fucking absurd when it comes out early next year. And also, just look at it. It's 21 inches, it's curved, I don't even know how you close it. It's about as portable as a bowling ball.
And please, the people at Acer, and please, it is a laptop by name only. Do not put this thing anywhere near your genitals.
burn
It
your
will
balls off.
burn your genitals right off.
There's a reason there's 10 fans on this. It gets very hot.
You will never have kids
No.
if you sit this on your lap for more than 5 minutes.
But it's like,
Do you start it up with a pull start? The thing looks like
first gas-powered laptop. It should.
It looks like it was designed. It looks like Homer Simpson designed it the same way he designed that car for his long lost brother. It is insane.
And it's hideous,
It was
too. The
designed-
angles on it.
had to be designed by committee with no thought for aesthetic. It is the most ridiculous product I've ever seen, and they should be ashamed. They should be ashamed for even presenting this as a viable product.
I
No
don't
one's
know.
gonna buy this.
I hope I get to see at least one guy at PAX next year rocking one of these in the press area.
It needs its own segue to get around.
Clickety clackety clack.
It's like bringing a fucking typewriter back there. It's the stupidest thing. It is literally for one fucking reason. You carry it in a goddamn briefcase. because
Yeah,
it's
it
so
won't
big.
fit. They don't make
Yeah.
messenger bags
No,
that big.
you carry it like that, and then when you get to the hotel, you pop it on the desk, hope the desk doesn't break, and then you play video games on it. It is essentially a sort of portable PC. It is not a fucking laptop, and they should be ashamed for using that name. But give me one. I want one so bad because
Oh yeah, send us one. We'll fuck around with it.
we'll use it as a doorstop.
Might be too loud for our office, but you hear that baby purr?
Place Crisis 3 on settings above Ultra.
Anyway,
Stupid.
what a long tech news day.
God.
Check out our other stupid crap shows like Tugs, where we explain what Tug stands for again, because it has been a while.
We need to put wheels on that laptop. It just goes around the ground.
I like playing racing simulators in it because I have it attached to an actual car. It powers the car. It moves.
Yeah, it'll power an electric car for 200 miles. You
Yeah.
can see it.
Also, watch News Dump. We talk about that big Deathstroke reveal for the solo Batman movie.
Yeah.
And on our podcast, we had Christian Harloff of the Schmoes on to talk about all the movies coming out this fall in theaters. Check it out.
Give me the laptop.